I won't carry my power bank. I dey come. I never charge am.
Is it
What is going on?
can you hear me, OJ?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Are we live now?
Yes, we are.
All right. Good day, football fans. Good day. Your number one podcast is back after match day 15 this weekend. We are here to review it, talk about the goals, the near upset, and the interesting match Monday Nitro that happened yesterday. I'm your I'm your able host Victor, and that's not really food though. Hopefully the rest can join us. We'll try to make this episode as quick as possible because of our Chelsea brethren. So let's start with the producer in the building. OJ, how far now?
I'm good, though. Good evening, bro. It was a crazy weekend. We saw goals scattered everywhere, and we saw thrillers, if I may say. But oh well, we are here again. Good evening, everyone.
Back, I'm back at almost
Almost nothing. This
back
one
at
was a
almost
clean sweep. No, we almost nothing. The game was almost scared.
right there
Our first
at
position is
60
going
minutes
well.
0-0.
Our
I was
first
like,
pos-
what's happened? 60 minutes 0-0.
ah, our first position is going nowhere for now.
All right.
I
Okay.
disappeared.
Now we have our Mayu rep in the building. After surviving the Monday Night Show, we are fun now.
We go reach the sha, but I'm all good. I'm all good.
All right. Okay. Um. Hopefully, before we finish this episode, the rest will join us in the building. So before we start, I beg make you guys subscribe, share the content, spread the gospel. We are at 120 subscribers on YouTube.
Sharp.
Um,
Oh, sorry.
operating reaching 370 followers on TikTok.
Wonderful.
So steady progress, steady gospel. Please share, like and comment. Please like and comment. Also, we are starting a series talking about fall rise and fall series, talking about setting particular squad. So today we talked about the iconic Barca trio, that is Messi, Neymar, and Suarez, and how they conquered Europe and the whole world. Please check it out and share the gospel. Right now, today's content. Let's start with La Liga. La Liga produced some certain near upsets. Not really near upset though. The big teams actually won from 8 p.m. on Saturday down to Barca, then also Real Madrid after a recent losses. So I'll just hand the mic over to our La Liga representative. Just OJ, abeg, just go through La Liga's scoreline and how the big teams fare over the weekend.
Okay, so thank you very much once again, and good evening to the house. As expected, um, as expected, it was the results that we saw during this round of fixtures in La Liga were as predicted from last week's episode, right? We started off with Tico. Tico hosted Valencia. I think that was the first kickoff on Saturday, and it ended in a win for them. They won that 2-1. And then later that day, Barcelona also hosted Osasuna. If you remember from our previous podcast, I said that this might likely be a fixture where, for the first time in a long time, we would go on to get a clean sheet. And yes, it was a tricky tie because these guys just sat back. They just activated the Getafe in them, and then they sat back and tried to hit us on the break and all of that. But eventually, we were able to break the deadlock at the later part of the second half through Rafinha. And then also we closed out the match with a second goal, which was, I would say he was a bit lucky because it was a deflected effort that got to him. And then, of course, since it came from the opposing player, he wasn't deemed offside, and then the goal was given. So it was straightforward for both teams. And then the second The third big fixture, or I wouldn't say big fixture, the third big team that played during the weekend was Real Madrid. They were actually the ones that rounded off this week's round of fixtures, and then they hosted. I wouldn't say okay, no, they went away to Alaves. It was a very interesting tie, right? They won 2 goals to one, but I would say their performance overall was a bit underwhelming. It's not really up to the standard that we know Madrid to have, and also again this worrying trend of them having a particular person always scoring for them. It's a good thing, yes, but then again, on the long run, if that said person now is not available due to maybe injury or anything, then it becomes a huge problem for them. But overall, it was a victory. It was a match they were able to snatch 3 maximum points from, and well, it went well for them. It's just that the only thing I caught in the match that kind of made me laugh a little bit and appreciate my own team was that they attempted to play high line after leading 1 goal to nothing, and then eventually they conceded in less than 10 minutes. So it's not an easy something to keep. That was what I was able to realize from that particular match. But overall, it was a good tie and a good round of fixtures. I never really expected any of the three teams to drop points, and well, they didn't disappoint in that aspect. So we go again next match day.
All right. One more take. Sevilla, they are a bit underdog this season because I watched their performance. Who did they play? It's not
Oviedo,
Getafe.
Oviedo.
Oviedo. Sorry, what's
Yeah.
that? 4-0. It's very impressive with the likes of Chida Ejike, Aqua Adams, and Co. You know they beat the guys 4-1 this season too.
Yes, yes, they did.
Yes,
So how do you see them now? How do you see them? Is it like they are a bit like even Villarreal also okay.
Yes,
Villarreal
of
too are
course.
also cooking.
Villarreal are actually supposed to be second. If they play their outstanding matches and they win both matches, they'll be second behind Barcelona.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's impressive. Oh.
that's very, very
That's
impressive.
impressive
As for Sevilla,
with the likes of
I wouldn't really give them too much of an attention because even the 4-1 that we lost to them, it wasn't because we were outplayed. It was because we were I don't know. It was because we were bad. We were very, very
open.
bad that day. I think for this season, that would be our most worst performance for this entire season so far. So good. So I would just give them that as let's just say it's a 1,000 odd
A
goal for
fluke.
them. It's not something that I would
It's a
say
fluke.
they can replicate again if we meet or replicate against other teams. So yeah, that is even evident by the fact that currently on the table they are ninth with 20 points. They've considered the same amount of goals they scored, so they have a break-even goal difference. Even teams like Celta and Espanyol are still above them. So yeah, of course they do have good performances here and there, but overall I think they've been underwhelming. Like I said,
Uh,
now my club they always give people star for this La Liga, but it's what it is.
all right, all right, all right. And how did you see Osasuna coming in? I was thinking Osasuna would be a bit attacking minded, but they came in with just I was saying something about 17 shots or against them about 2 shots when you guys played them Osasuna.
Well, I think it's primarily because these teams they tend to be much more bold when you play them on their home turf, right? So, but this particular fixture they came to the camp now, and obviously when they come to the camp now, these teams what they tend to do is they tend to sit back and try to hit us on the break. Of course, they had a particular player, I think is Victor Munoz. I don't know if I got the first name correctly, but I know that his second name was Munoz. He's very very quick. But apparently we were able to neutralize him that particular match because they were largely reliant on hitting us on the break because they knew that obviously coming to our home we were going to dominate possession and all of that. So they didn't even attempt trying to play us or trying to measure up to that stand to that particular stats. So they just sat back and tried to see if they can hit us on the counter and also during set pieces because I think 7 of their starting 11 are about 5'8" and upward. So those were the two things they were heavily reliant on. But overall, they were only able to hold on for so long. Eventually, their defense got broken. I think they started the match with a 5-man defense, but eventually it got broken. And if you see the way from the goal, you would expect that. Yeah, I won't really fault them because it was a goal from outside the box. So overall, I think they did their defensive duties very, very well. We just had a little bit of luck on our side.
All right, all right. So right now, the table. How does the table look like?
Okay, so far so good. Of course, we are topping the table. Clock it, correct. So I think we are on top with 43 points after 17 games played. I won't bother mentioning the goal difference. Madrid is close behind on second, but that's because Villarreal has two outstanding matches. So let's say hypothetically speaking, Villarreal with 35 points win their two outstanding matches. They'll be on 41 points, which means they would be the ones in second position, and Madrid will be third. And then Atletico Madrid with 17 games as well, 34 points. And then fifth and sixth belongs to Espanyol and Real Betis, respectively. And that's quite shocking because I'm just now seeing the table for the first time in quite a while. And I'm surprised to see Espanyol in the top six. Oh, well, so,
They are your brothers now.
We've been doing really well. Oh.
yeah.
They are your brothers, yeah. No wahala. But we'll be looking forward to the Catalonia derby very, very soon.
Has it not been played? Okay, it hasn't. It hasn't.
Very, very one-sided.
Hasn't been played. Hasn't been played. You will just see, you go see say they're ready to fight Barcelona players. They that day they'll get red card. You show me that. When they get red against Barca.
This is what it is.
Uh, that is for La Liga. That's an update. Thanks to our producer OJ. His team is actually flying in La Liga. Now let's move on to the main event, which is Premier League. Brilliant, that far now. Welcome to the building.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. How are you?
Um, Thank you, bless Jah. Thank you for blessing us with your presence.
To
Um,
God be all the glory.
all right. So let's move on to La Liga. Sorry, Premier League. Let's start with Chelsea. Brilliant. You guys performed them well. Kopama was back. You guys comfortably beat Everton at home. How was the overall gameplay?
It was nice. It was fun. It's it's wonderful to see Chelsea attacking directly and being able to add enough pressure to penetrate the Everton defense, which is occasionally one of the meanest defenses in the league. Right? I say occasionally because they can really give you a hard time this week, and then next week they just they just end up being mid. You understand? But well, um, the performance from Jordan Pickford, I don't really know what to say about it. I don't really know what to say because um, Chelsea had like 12 shots, right?
Yes.
Okay, I think it was more than that though. But of those shots, there were five on target. Two were goals, so he made they made three saves, three goalkeeper saves. Sounds like a good performance, but the two shots that were the goals, I I don't know. I feel he could have saved them all. I don't know because it's all about it's all about the players. I feel it was the way Kopama, for example, in the first goal, the position, the angle he was taking the shot from, and where he positioned himself in a way that he was going to take it to the far post, the far corner, but he ended up placing it in the near post. So it just maybe if Pickford had trusted his instincts more, maybe we would have not had this result. I don't really know. I don't know if I'm really reflecting the minds of others, but that's what I saw from those two goals. I
All
feel
right.
the pace, the shot, the power just helped us to get those 3 points, and it's a good thing. We just move to the next one.
All right. And one more thing. Enzo Maresca has been in the headlines of recent, following his post-match comment after Everton and also his pre-match against Cardiff tonight. Are you suspecting the tension between the higher club owners and Enzo Maresca?
Yeah, when we say tension, I think we were talking about this in the last pod, and I said I am confident in Enzo Maresca, but of course the results were not looking very nice, right? So surely for us fans to be saying this, I don't want to believe that the owners were not saying the same thing, if not in a more you know.
Intense way.
Yes. So surely there must have been a bit of back and forth between them. And now that the result has gone in Enzo Maresca's way, he now has the opportunity to speak his mind. But all the same, I don't think this is just a little bit of strife that will mellow down with more positive results. So I don't think it's a big deal. It's nothing that we should be really worried about.
All right. Let me go over to Ray. Ray, we've seen this kind of situation occur over the two previous managers that actually coached Chelsea. We saw Tuchel actually resigning um, when the new board took over, and we saw Poch ending his contract after a year due to due to management and the higher owners trying to intervene into their squad. Now, Enzo Maresca come out saying that he felt that it shall be backed by the board. Do you see this being a pattern? Chelsea owners trying to be too involved in the squad building. Ray,
Well, I think that was the reason why they appointed Maresca in the first place, because Tuchel didn't like the fact that the owners or rather the board wanted to meddle a lot in the coaching side of things, squad building and all of that, and that was where they clashed. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know why Poch left though. I don't really know the
he
exact
said it was
reason.
similar issue too. Poch was saying it was similar issue that they were kind of we were trying to intervene into the squad relationship and the
So
building.
that means they're being overly involved.
Yes,
Well, I don't. I think managers like to have their reign on teams, right? Like, okay, this is my part of it. In those days, right, we usually have managers that run everything on the football team, down to recruitment and all of that. But these days, they have specific roles, and then the manager or rather the coach is just meant to coach the team. But I think Maresca maybe is on his own end. It's more like he was appointed because maybe when they interviewed him, it felt like he can actually work in this setting. Like, okay, he's not going to have issues down the line. He's going to be okay working alongside, or rather working, or rather allowing the owners enter into um, the way things are run in the team. But it gets to a point where they like to have their autonomy, right? As the managers themselves, they like to have their reign on these things, and it can get to a point where it might feel like the board is intruding too much. But for three managers to be complaining about the same thing, then it's actually too much. You need to like have like a back seat. You have brought the players for the manager, let him manage them by himself. You understand? Your work should stop there. You should actually only come in when you are needed, not come in at every bit of event, or not just event, like how I explain it. Every time there is a any decision to be made, you want to overly involve yourself into it. But anyhow, sha, that is just how I just see it. For three managers to complain about the same thing is actually too much, and they need to take a step back because it's not really a good environment for the managers to work with.
all right. Thank you. Emma, Afana, welcome to the video.
I greet you all. I greet you all in Jesus' name.
Long talker is
Amen.
Good to too. Good to too. How that body now? How body now?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah,
you. How
yeah,
body?
Yes, we
thank
can
God.
hear you in the name of the Lord.
All right, all right. As for me though, I feel the only winner in this particular situation is going to be the board. Um, Enzo Maresca. I felt when they interviewed Enzo Maresca, I felt Enzo Maresca was a new manager, and they felt they could actually use him in a way that they are trying to change the way Chelsea sign players, like build new players and try to change their model. So, and Enzo Maresca now has seen that he can tactically improve and compete against the higher class of coaches. So he felt like it should be among the said about each players who could be bought into the team. For example, he was crying out for defenders during the transfer window. He came out openly and said he needed defenders in the transfer window. What did the owners went to buy? They went to buy a player from Leicester City. They bought a player from Brighton, Enciso, and they also tried to buy a striker. So they didn't really actually identify the part that it was clamoring for, which is the defenders. They felt like now when they are now struggling and they are now trying to, he said the last 48 hours has been his worst period as Chelsea manager, meaning that for me, I felt like the hierarchies are trying to question him. But to me, Chelsea are actually doing very fine. Yes, there was a bit of stubble. But not forgetting the fact that 2 weeks ago, Chelsea were actually second in the table. Just back to back loss, yes. But you could check it out that over the season and the players that he has currently is actually doing well compared to the like still like of Liverpool now, still like of Man U. They are down, but it's still improving. So I felt is he feel like now he can do better and the manager have been too involved. That's why he came out and said, you no need to question me. I'm actually doing well, so you guys need to just support me. That's what I felt the situation is going to be. But I also feel that he should tone it down because the only winner here is going to be Chelsea. But like two other managers has left, he will leave. Yes, he will find a better job or find job as far as Chelsea do. But right now, with what Chelsea has built and what he has built in Chelsea, he should at least don't express his frustration on to the media to try to tone it down. That is my own take on those situation. Hopefully Chelsea lose today. Oh, I'm happy with that. When they lose against Cardiff today, may we both face Cardiff next round. Next story on discussion. Let's go to Monday Night Football.
So wetin go come happen to
Monday
my
night,
ticket if they lose?
you know,
Small ten odds when I play now. You no wan allow the 10 odd work because of agenda.
let's go to Monday Night Raw. Sorry, Monday Night Football. Where we saw that match is like that match was I won't say was comedical, but the way
Hope you enjoyed
the way it
yourself.
was the way it was back and forth. At
That
the
was
point,
good. That was
I
an
was
interesting
even
game.
I was even thinking Maya has won the game. When I saw Bruno free kick, I was like, okay, Cunha just come back. I'm like, God, Maya have won the game. Maya have won the game. Then all of a sudden, Bournemouth came back again 4-4. Then they had 2 minute chance. I'm like, this guy just plays this ball in that corner. Just in that corner. You have finished this game. And Maya have lost the game. Let me just go to the United fan. Hey, I'm sure your heart was not even with you when you were watching the game.
No, these days I'm very relaxed watching football matches. So very, very relaxed. It's just those last two saves that were very, very sudden because but I knew we'd draw the game, sharp. I think the person I was watching the game, I was like, this is going to draw it 4-4 because of how the whole thing was. But so an interesting game, sharp for neutral, but as fans, it was terrible to deal with.
What actually the issue with Man United? Like we saw the midfield being bypassed easily. We saw even though they were attacking good because I think every time you guys went for you guys look like scoring. But when Casemiro took that yellow card, I was like, guy, it was just too easy for them to just transition to the midfield and go back and forth, back and
The
forth.
thing now is we have we have obvious defensive issues. Uh, the thing is that we usually have lots of space in the midfield, so it's kind of easy to play through. The and most times when the centre backs don't jump into the space, we don't usually we struggle. It's why the likes of Maguire or the Leeds is important in the game. One of them has to play because they are able to step up at crucial times. Because the way we play, right? Bruno usually joins the front five, or rather the front four. Then he's now just left with Casemiro, and then one centre back has to jump in. The likes of Heaven, even Euro, they are very inexperienced in making that jump. And whenever we don't usually have those players involved, they usually struggle. I think we have just one clean sheet in 17 games now this season. So it's terrible. We concede every game. So it needs to be addressed. In terms of creating chances, we do very well. We do create lots of chances. We do how we are okay in that department in a way. But the defensive side needs addressing. It's even was when Casemiro didn't play. It was.
All right. But now we are seeing the like of Ahmad and Ibrahimo going to AFCON, and I think your next game you will see the like of I think Cat is suspended.
Yes.
But and we also saw Martinez coming in during the game. How do you think the whole issue, the whole structural issue? How do you think you could advise Amorim to set up when you are going forward due to the absence and suspension from Casemiro?
It's obvious. It's obvious how he's going to play now. He's not going to change it. That's the truth. The way we play is the way we've been playing since. It's just that we have better players in attack. That's just the obvious truth. The likes of Umbomo and Cunha and those two players, they've been very good additions to the attack. Not like man, you have changed how they play. We still play the same from last season. It's just that we have better players in attack. The way they beat our defenders, our defense, and getting behind, it's the same way they did last season. It's the same thing. Nothing's going to change. The likes of Ahmad and Bumo going for AFCON is going to be a very difficult thing to deal with for us. But I know how he's going to play. We're going to go back to back five. Dogo and Dalo to play the positions. Then in defense, we're still going to be sure Heaven and Euro because I don't know if Victor Maguire is going to be fit. In midfield,
What about Martinez?
Ugarte will replace Casemiro. That was very obvious. So, so I expect a defeat next week actually. So but if we look at the game against Bournemouth now, for example, I think three of those goals they're very fine finishes here. I'm not going to lie. The Semenyo goal and the Emmanuel
But it
goal.
was you guys losing the
they-
ball though. Like, you guys lost the ball. That was why that's the Mayo goal. You guys lost the ball. You guys
Yeah,
gained the ball, then took it again. So you were like,
yeah,
it
no,
was too easy to
you
counter.
always lose the ball. It's just that we don't have rest defense to cope with these losses. No, in football, Sha, you can't negate losing the ball. Oh, that one is sure. Even the goals that we scored, say, one player has lost the ball now. It's just football for you. It's just that you have to be able to have a good rest defense to protect yourself when these things happen. We don't usually have that. The defenders have to start doing a lot. Ehen. Because ordinarily, we are supposed to have three midfielders on the pitch. Playing with two is a disadvantage. Every elite team, most elite teams have three in the midfield because of situations like this. But Amorim insisted on having just two, and one of those two is an attacking midfielder. So you can understand why there is this porous, why the midfield can be so porous at times in terms of space being able to be found easily between our lines. So it's not going to change. It's not going to change at all. It's just the way it's going to be. United fans will just have to go into every game expecting
A basketball match.
the only stuff that they miss their chances. Like the Palace game, for example, now it was easy for them to
Guy, it has been 3-0 before you guys score one goal. That Palace game. If
see what
not
I've
because of Manchester,
see what I've been saying since. We have not
it
really
have been
proved more because we just go into every game and expecting that today God I beg let's things just go away. We don't want to concede. Because it's the same thing you see. You just have to just pray that we take our chances and they don't. But in terms of how they play and how we play, how they play us and how we play against them is very predictable. Very,
so
very predictable.
are you Amorim in or Amorim out?
Well, you guys know my stance now. It's not like it's a tough thing for me because I want us to win games, right? You understand? I like I like our forwards a lot. I like Konya, I like Umbomo, I like Bruno, I like Ahmad, I like Sesko, I like our forwards. I like our forwards. So they're able to make things out. But the truth is that
The
Amorim,
system.
Amorim as our manager, the system doesn't have a high ceiling. Usually The system has lots of loopholes that seems to always exploit. So the ideal Amorim system, the one that you would want to implement, it's unrealistic in a way because of how the whole thing is. You understand? So my honor is that from the first game that he played for us against Ipswich, so that he coached rather, to now, there's not really been any major change or major improvement at anything. The only thing I would say, we have better attackers now. You get the likes of Cunha, the likes of Mbomo. They are upgrades from the Hoyland and the Garnachos we had last season in terms of being able to hold the ball up, being able to sustain these attacks on their own. It's not like those players are bad players. It's just in this system, these guys are better fit. You saw the goal that Cunha scored yesterday. You could see how it was just very chaotic. Bumo did brilliantly in that goal. Bumo, Sesko, Cunha, Fernandez. So the forwards they are doing, we have better forwards now, so it's kind of easier to cope through these games. But the core of it is that we have not really improved at any major thing since he arrived, and he has been here for over 1 year. So that is why I don't believe so much in Ruben, even though points wise they are doing better than last season. So yeah, if you say this is out, so let's say a United, a Amorim supporter, they will not, they may not see reasons with you, but that's just the truth. We've not really improved at any major thing since last season.
All right, all right.
So
Am
I
I
am
your
Amorim outer.
am I you heard I think you watched that particular game too. How did you see the Monday night SmackDown playing?
And well, I did not catch all of the game
But were
because
you
I was,
entertained?
yeah.
Were you entertained?
Oh, yeah, that was just pure peak entertainment. Honestly, peak entertainment. My club was the one that used to give this one that time. I think we did against Bournemouth as well. So I can clearly relate. Well, I believe. Why my voice the echo?
We dey hear
Victor,
you, no
Victor,
dey echo.
Okay, I believe from our analysis last time, we concluded that it was going to be a tough game. It was going to be a tight game, but it was actually a tight game in a way. But defensively, it was not tight. Defensively, it was not tight. They were going head to head in the attack, though. Um, I can say, although coming from a standpoint of maybe a Manchester United fan, I don't think they should be happy that they like maybe they got the 1 point.
guy.
I like yes, because I believe they could have actually won the game. Um, I believe this is a 2 point loss rather than 1 point gain. Actually, coming to the game, I think I predicted a 2-1 win because considering let's say although it's not really all like generally impressive like that, but coming from their recent form, I thought Manchester United was going to win this game. Although they could have won it if they had better defense. So, although I was checking out, looking at Amorim, I don't know. He was saying that I don't know if he's going to work on the defense though. I don't know if he no not buying of players, but I don't know if he's going to like tweak the defense because there was so much space in the midfield. Like most of the goals that Bournemouth scored yesterday were just from the midfield. Like they were just moving freely in that midfield space. So I believe that is something they have to look at. So you might want to say it was not really the defense, like the defense. I don't know if people are getting what I'm saying.
Yes, it's a system.
Yes, yes, it
Yeah,
is the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
system. Yes, not really the defense though.
The
I
defenders,
believe it was the
defenders from
system
their
that
own, they were not bad.
because I think we suffered something like this late last season towards the end. Our midfield was just open. Like you can just play any ball down the midfield to anybody. Even this season, beginning of this season, sef, when we started doing that our rubbish, you will see it evidently there. You can just play a ball in the midfield, everybody will just be open, and then the next thing they don't score. So and then at the end of the day now, everybody will come out and say, the defense no good, the this no good, keeper no good. But some persons they fail to see the bigger picture. They fail to see where the problem starts from. So I believe if Amorim is going to move forward with this team, he has to do something about that midfield. I don't know if I don't know how he's going to do it though, because the system now is, should I say the system is preventing is preventing
Sorry.
um yeah, come go on.
My own now is that now that Mboma has gone for AFCON,
Yeah.
this is a chance for him to try to get some solidity.
Yes,
Finally,
that's true.
he should try to bring Mindo to partner Casemiro.
Exactly. That's the point I was even going to.
Put Bruno in the
I am
team.
hoping to see Mino very, 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 very soon.
He had a brilliant
Very
game
soon.
today.
Because now I think it's not only I think Ahmad has gone as well.
Yes, Ahmad and
Ahmad and
Yeah, that's
Mbumo.
why
Mboma,
the
Mazrui,
So
people have seen nice
and
time for jokes.
Maz.
okay, yeah, that's true. So it will be interesting to see how he's going to work with
Menu now.
the players he have. Like this is a very, very good opportunity for
Just
Mino
waiting.
to show
Oga
what
to the
he
do
has. I
again. Make
believe
people boss down.
if he shows like if he puts in the work, we know Mino is a good player. So that is so he just has to find a way to fit him into the team and get that stability, especially defensively. Because offensive wise, I saw more stats. Man U has produced the highest SG in Premier League right now.
Oh, wow.
So I
It's true.
believe
I've been transfers of Premier.
offensively,
You
Man U
sure?
are not. Yes, I saw the
Yes,
stat
it's true
today.
actually. Maya
It's,
first.
they are first in
Jesus.
terms of
Ahead
SG.
of Man City.
Yes,
Ahead
I'm
of Man
telling you,
City.
guy.
When I
I'm
take
telling
It's
check
you.
this thing, where I to see Man City.
Una
Man
force.
City
That's
and
to tell,
Chelsea that
It's just chaotic.
I be like
that's to tell
yesterday
you that
before the match, I take check am. Be like
no,
so.
after the game,
No, as in me
after the
myself,
game.
I checked it yesterday. It's like
uh,
it was before the game. That's
Okay,
when
now
I
before
checked
the
it.
game is over.
okay, this the start was before the
XG
game.
starts, yes. As in me myself checking, I saw Man City first. That was before the game. I
Okay,
think
okay,
during the
okay,
game,
okay.
that's
Yes,
when they
this one
generated.
was this morning. It was this morning. I saw it
Man
after the game.
created lots of X yesterday, Sha.
Yeah, so
That's
so
probably the reason.
so that is to say, offensively, Man U is doing very, very well, very, very, very well. They are
And
creating the chances, and I think they are scoring chance. They are scoring some of the chances now. So I just think that Amorim has to work on his midfield so that it won't be leaky. Working on your midfield defensively so that at least those people there will help protect the defense. So I believe that's the way to go forward. Then from Bournemouth's point of view, it was a good game. Um, to be leading 3-2, and then you now went behind 4-3 again. Some teams would have abeg, but you could see the
And
fighting
they
spirit
almost
there.
won too.
Eh?
And they almost won too.
And they almost won. You see. So the fighting spirit is there. I still believe Iraola is one of our dream coach after slots. So let him keep cooking so that we will keep observing. That is if Zabi will not be sacked then. So let him keep cooking. So we'll keep observing. But a nice game. This is by far the best game of the season yet, as it stands. Because aura for aura, free kick for free kick. Anything you do, I can do it. So it was a very nice game yesterday.
All right. Thank you. Now, still with you, let's go to Liverpool. We saw Liverpool winning 2-0 against Brighton in a game that most people think, or most people feel Brighton should at least score a goal. Thanks to goals from Ego. And also, we saw Salah coming in after a week or two of back and forth with Salah and Jimmy Carragher. How was what was your take on the game, and how did you see? Did you feel like that is going to be Salah's last match for the team also?
Well, on the game, I think the game was a solid game. Although I expected maybe a draw or something, I didn't want to get my hopes up. Although I know we're not going to lose the game for sure. I know we're not going to lose the game, but I would say it was a solid performance. Um, yes, Brighton could have scored. Yes, everybody's saying that Brighton could have scored, but we could have scored also. We could have scored more. You get so. It's not just Brighton could have scored. We could have also scored more in the first half. We could have scored more than one. We could have had like 3 goals in the first half. Even in that second half, towards the end of the game, we could have scored like two of the chances, the Salah chance and the other pass that it was overhit. So I believe it was a solid performance. Defensively, we did very very well. Brighton had their moments and they could not take their chances. We had some moments as well. Then could not take some of our chances. And then I want to give kudos to Ekitike. That guy has been brilliant. He is brilliant. Like he I don't know. I expected okay that he was going to ball, but he's just showing class at this point. He's just showing class. The first goal, the trap, and then the shots, like is good. Is good. This guy is giving. You go bench Isak like this. I know Isak will come and we pick up later, but he's doing very 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 well. For a player, imagine a player coming to a club and then they sign you, and then they now go and sign someone like Isak. Imagine that kind of thing. You'll just be like, so now bench I will come the day. So I believe he's proving his point that he should be our main man, and he's doing very very well. Defensively we did very well. Okay, Shay, you I don't know for those people that watch the game. Shay, people say how we're playing without Gakpo. Shay, people say how we are playing without Gakpo now. 2 matches Gakpo have missed. So I've won the 2 match. Gakpo
Wow.
wants to
Don't
Gakpo
worry,
wants to kill.
Gakpo played when you guys won West Ham now.
Eh?
When you guys won West Ham, Gakpo played now.
See, you see Gakpo. You see Gakpo. Gakpo is one player that is you will see him with the ball a lot of times. You will see him, he will be very, very busy on the pitch, and everybody will be like, this guy is trying, he's doing his best. But this guy is actually killing us. This guy is actually killing us. But people will fail to see that. Like mostly almost all Liverpool fans know this about Gakpo. Like he's just a one trick pony. Like he doesn't do anything different other than cut and shoot. And he will do this thing 1,000 times. He will miss 999 times, score one, and everybody, the rival fans will be hailing him. Wow, Gakpo, they try. Gakpo is doing well. That's the problem with him. Look at how Kekes was
I
functioning in
don't
the game.
like him, sir.
Eh?
I don't like Gakpo. It's too predictable.
I like, I last season, I loved his game because I think last season was because he was benched at some point, so maybe he had come correct. So when he came into the when he started having his minutes, he was making them count. But you see this season, like he's just doing the same thing. Like he doesn't make use of overlap. Your defender will overlap, will make the run for you. This guy be like who know they see. Like how many times I'll be watching the game and I will just be so pissed off because this Kekes will be making Kekes can make 10 runs in a game. Gakpo will not pass once. Like if I don't know if people have been watching Liverpool match, Kekes will make 10 runs. This guy will not pass. He will hold the ball, he will still cut and shoot. If he cannot shoot, he will pass the ball back. Like guy, just make use of this guy. Make use of this. Look at our games now. Look at how fluid we are playing without Gakpo. Look at how the guy is just so rigid. I don't know why. I don't know. And the manager, I blame the manager as well. Because when you see this player doing this same thing, bench this guy. We have Chiesa there. Okay, look at Chiesa coming into the game like that's was Saturday. Like Chiesa is so good. I don't know why Slot is not starting this guy. I don't know. I don't know what this guy did to Slot to I can't really see. Chiesa is so good. when he comes on the pitch, if it's for 5 minutes, he gives 110%. That chance he played to Salah, he could have taken the shot, but then he just decided to be unselfish, and he made like how many crosses, like good crosses during his short minutes on the pitch. So I feel like we should be using Keza more. To benching Gakpo, I feel like this injury is a blessing in disguise. Honestly speaking, let's test the other. This now that Salah is going, I want to see more of Keza. I want to see more of Keza. I want to see more for these other players. Ngomoa, we have not seen Ngomoa for how long now? We have these players, use them, slots in low, always his favorites. So I believe it was a
Am
solid performance. Yeah.
Salah, so is Salah going? Abi Salah, let's talk about Salah. Because this is going to be the last
Okay.
game for
On the
Salah.
matter of Salah, it is very very complicated. Um, I don't think he has played his last game for Liverpool though. I don't think so. Um, I think for the stature of Salah for Liverpool, I don't think this is how the club would want to send him off. Although I know this Edward guy. I know he wants to probably cash out on Salah, because I've seen some reports that Saudi clubs are making inquiries and stuff like that. But I don't think he's going this January. If it's for this January, I can assure you, I believe 80%. I'm 80% confident that he's not going this January. If I don't know for the end of the season, so I believe his form is still going to affect the transfer. His form is going to play a big role on the transfer. So he's still going to come back after AFCON. And then when he comes back, he's going to play the end to the end of the season. I don't know if he's going to be getting the minutes, so I still don't know because the matter with slot, I don't know if it's fully resolved. But when he comes back to the team, if he performs very well, like if he keeps putting on the numbers, putting on the performances, I don't see Liverpool selling him at least until the contract expires. So that's for Salah. I don't see him going this January.
All right. Thank you. Let's move on to Man City. OJ, the City boys, citizens, are are now 2 points behind Arsenal, and I think all of us saw what they did against Madrid midweek, and we also saw their performance against Palace. Yes, Palace. Now, heading to this particular round of fixture, and the way Alan, especially Foden, has been picking up form. Also, we see Check is now the highest goal scorer, highest stats, highest assists in currently. Do you see Citizen actually creeping on Arsenal and top them? And how do you see Madrid and Crystal Palace?
All right, thank you very much. I like the fact that you said all of this without crying. It's impressive. Okay. All right, so now let's dissect this whole issue. Okay, so yeah, you are correct. City are starting to get their groove back, right? And that's very, very scary because one thing we know this particular club for is that they tend to have a very, very interesting second half of the season, right? I was even reading an article concerning their current form, I think earlier today, and then statistics were thrown left, right, center as to how they tend to have amass enormous amount of points in the second half of the season, right? And now this, I find this whole thing very, very impressive, primarily because of the fact that they've been able to hold their own together so far so good without one of their most key players, right? They're able to hold their own together so far so good without the presence of Rodri, and that should be very, very scary for Arsenal because that then means that these guys are able to perform at this at such kind of rate without maximum availability of the players that they have. So what now happens if he comes back? But that's a question for another day, though. But so far so good. I think the club as a whole, they're starting to get their group together. Pep now has a system that he's working with. So he plays with, I think, two attacking midfielders, something similar to the front three that Amorim fields. But in his own case, he goes with a back four instead of a back three, right? So he fields Cherky and Foden directly behind Erling Haaland. And well, it's a good thing now that at least aside from Erling, certain other players are starting to come to the fray. The likes of Foden, the likes of Cherky, the likes of Nico Riley, and all of that. Now, who would have thought about the fact that despite spending that kind of amount on getting a left back, the one that now happens to be getting the goods for them is the one that was homegrown. So I'm talking about the presence of Riley and I think Aitnuri that was gotten from Wolves. So these are the two options they have at left back. But right now, so far so good. I think it's safe to say that Nico Riley has that left back position on lockdown, although um, partly due to the fact that Aitnuri is injured, if I'm not mistaken. But still, that's still a very, very impressive feat because his exploits with Man City has even gotten the attention of the England national team. And as it stands right now, it's looking like one of the top two choices that may be picked for the left back position going into the World Cup for England. But that's still a far cry from happening. Okay, but that's by the way. So I just want to say, generally, their play, their style of play, they've attained this level of stability. And then we saw that in the game against Palace right now. This is a very, very tricky tie. And by the way, this is their highest victory margin against Palace away from home. That's at the Selhurst Park ever. So it was a very, very impressive win. It was one fixture I actually thought they were going to struggle, but then they came out of. Of course, Palace had injuries here and there, but I think the only notable absence for that particular fixture was Diego Munoz. Apart from him, I think every other person that was supposed to play played. So yeah, I wouldn't really say this victory happened largely because of some major absences for Palace. That wasn't the case. It's just that City are starting to get their groove back. They're starting to get this form of stability. They're starting to not be too reliant on the presence of or be distorted by the absence of one particular player. So, and that's a very, very good thing. And one other thing that would also speak for them, even as they go into this round of fixtures for December, I feel it's going to be their squad depth because Man City, we know them to have a lot of players that can actually fill in for different positions when situation calls for it. And this period is going to be very, very dicey for them, coupled with the fact that Arsenal, on the other hand, they are actually going in the opposite direction in the sense that the majority of their players are either out injured or something. What they are largely unavailable, right? That's the pivotal players for them. So far so good. I think it's going to be it's going well, and if they can maintain this consistency, then I think Arsenal has their hands full for this particular title race. Of course, we can throw in Villa into the whole thing, but then again, due to the lack of squad depth, I don't see them going very far in this particular contest. So it's going to be between City and Arsenal for now, and I feel as if City are now fully ready to give Arsenal a run for their money.
All right, thank you. Let's move on to Ray. No, let me go to Brilliant. Brilliant.
But
Um, okay, go on, Ray. Go on, Ray.
no, no, no. Ask Brilliant what you want to ask him.
Brilliant. You guys were in this situation 2 weeks ago, and that was Chelsea, being second. Now, Man City currently currently on the table, and looking back at the performance they had prior to this, they did try to bottle a 5-1 lead against Fulham, and before that they had a two-goal lead comeback by lead before winning the game 90th minute by Foden. And it also said that fact with Arsenal trying to use two own goals to win against the bottom side bottom time Wolves. My point is that do you see these two teams, which is Arsenal and Man City, being the outright title contender for the league?
One thing,
Or Aston Villa just can still be there?
one thing is that this Premier League is very competitive. If we had not seen that before in the past 2 years, it is more evident now. So we can't really say that the league is up for just two teams in game week 16. But we see that all the teams have been developing themselves year in, year out. They have been getting the best players. They have been increasing their quality in training. So the players are doing their best, and the table is so tightly packed that a win can change a lot for you as a team. A loss can change a lot. So any slip up from Man City or Arsenal will see the title race. The title race will change, right? The balance will shift. So I don't think we can say the title race is just between them alone.
All right, thank you. Now back to you, Will. Let's now dive into Arsenal. Um, from what OJ said, OJ said Man City are building up momentum and they've shown based on statistics that they can go into the later round of the fixtures of the Premier League rounds and produce amazing numbers and keep on consistently winning. Now over to the other side in London where you see a Arsenal team in their fourth year of challenging for the title after coming front back to back to back. So they have shown that was 2 years prior where they accumulated most win out of 18. That was during the run, but still ended up finishing second. Now, do you see this Arsenal capable of actually finishing it this time, or there's still crack based on their performance against Wolf and Aston Villa? Then we have Chelsea.
You see, Arsenal, they really need to be worried though, because how do I explain this? Arsenal are a very good side. Yes, they're a very good side. Nobody is disputing that. They're very good. But the thing is just that when you are trying to cross a roadblock, many things starts to be overthought. Because it does feel like against Wolves, they were playing with some level of I don't know the word to use, Sha, but it was more or less like as if the things were playing on in their mind, especially towards the 60th, 70th minute when the game was still that tight, goalless rather. The thing now is that, like you said, Arsenal last 3 years they finished second, and now they are trying to finish first. And the whole thing comes to trying to cross that massive roadblock of not finishing second. I do feel like this weekend we can tell how we can see where the Arsenal mind is at, because I think Man City are playing first. So if they win against West Ham, they go first. And then Arsenal plays the next day, then they now have to go try to go first. I think for the first time this season or so. I think they'll be first since game two. So now the thing now is that I think over the past weeks, I don't know what's wrong with Arsenal, whether it's injuries, tiredness, but there's been this since the Tottenham game, there's been this I don't know what to call it. I think as the Arsenal fan, you'll be able to tell us what's wrong better. But there's this it's like last season all over again. There was the way last season's script was going off for Arsenal fans. There was now this not moving the ball quick enough, this over reliance on Saka, and it's happening again. Because I remember the game against Wolves, it felt like Saka was playing with 10 others. Game trusted, but Saka was like really on playing football in the attack for Arsenal attack. I don't know what the rest of the players were doing. Um, and when you over rely on Saka, it now leads to just him just trying to create things, crossing the ball into the box for anybody. And eventually brought out two goals, own goals, luckily. But the performance wasn't really convincing enough, because I think all of us, I did say in the poll last week that I expect the game to be tight, but not that tight. Like tight in terms of they would win, but they would maybe the Brentford game went 2-0, just like that. But it now led to lack of clear cut chances being created, um, two own goals being scored, which is not a bad thing, but it's just that we expect more from us now. First team playing against Wolves, that has been terrible, absolutely terrible. Well, due credit to them, they were able to come back and still win the game in the end. But if you look at the title race in its own right, I think when I look at City, I know people are waxing lyrical about City, but for me personally, the Palace game,
Really, both of them carry Ray come off for you.
Radar rapture.
You don't go heaven. All right. Waiting for before you for me. Let me go over to Emirates. Emirates. I don't think you should kindly watch that Arsenal game based
No,
on
no, no. I did not watch the game.
okay,
Ray, welcome back. You have come back from heaven.
Welcome back.
I don't know
How
what
is
to do.
heaven?
You don't rapture just now before.
As I was saying, I said when I look at City though, I know many people are waxing lyrical about City, but the thing is that me myself, there are still lots of um like the way people are talking about us now, there are still question marks about Man City too, though. If you look at the Fulham game from 5-1 to 5-4, the Leeds game 2-0, 2-2, they had to score a last minute winner. The Palace game, Palace had lots of chances. The 3-0 was very flattering to City. Palace that game could have gone very differently. They lost to Newcastle. So I think for Man City to mount is like for them to actually be that um, unstoppable second half, they have to improve lots of things, right? They need Rodri back. Like they need Rodri back and firing. I think Rodri being back fix is very paramount to them mounting those long haul points that they usually do end of season. Then they need to keep Haaland fit. That's the ultimate. That's the ultimate thing they have to do this season. They need to keep him fit till game 38 because any Haaland injury now, they are really reliant on him. As aside the goals, like the whole attack is relying on him to stretch the game. Against Palace, for example, now they had no runners. He was the only runner in the game. So they were dependent on him having to stretch the defense constantly. Because there was no Doku. So it was just Haaland that had to play that role. And then the likes of Foden and Cheki playing between the lines. So they're very centralized against Palace. And I guess on that team, it might be a worry you get. So they need to keep Haaland fit. They need Rodri back and firing. Those things are very important. They need to keep Haaland fit. And then also, Doku is also quite important. I think when you have these pieces, bits and pieces, then the likes of Cheki and Foden will then have even better platforms to be consistent in these long hauls. But over the Christmas though, we'll see how it goes. I think I think Arsenal are playing Everton, then they play Villa again, then one other club again. I think Man City are playing West Ham, and then so if Man City don't win against West Ham, Arsenal then go second. Then we'll see how they respond. Let me go to do this thing. Then next week as well, when they play Villa, Villa that beat them again some weeks ago, how they respond. But the truth be told, the pressure on Arsenal is mounting because Man City they are used to this situation. Arsenal, yes, they've been there, but it's they've not been successful, and these things usually play a mental. It increases the mental load on you. So let's see how that one goes. Yeah, fingers crossed for now.
All right. All right. Thank you, Ray. That was well analyzed. Let's now move on to Emirate. Emirate. Okay, you didn't really watch the game, but from a from an ex, from an experienced fan after going through several titles with Man City and let's say Arsenal last season, um, what's your let's and let I'm an Arsenal fan. Advise me when going to the what did I expect this particular round against Man City?
Your voice is breaking. Oh. Can you come again? Can you come again with the
All right. I
question?
say I say as an experienced Liverpool fan, what advice can you actually advise me
Okay, okay,
um
okay. Okay. On the title
Man
race,
City
going against Man
on the
City.
title race? Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Well, I believe the simplest advice I can give is win your matches. Especially you see in this title race, the so the matches that cost, or should I say the games that actually cost the title, are usually the ones you don't see coming. Take for instance this Wolves game. It could have easily ended in a draw, honestly speaking. And those kind of games is what you call, you now say 2 point lost, 2 point loss, and it will be a very big 2 points when you look at it at the end of the season. So the best advice is to win your games. And then how do you win these games? First and foremost, I don't know what kind of, is it training now I would say, or should I say is it hard luck? Because I don't know, every season you see one injury, like major injuries to Arsenal players. I think it's now becoming a constant. We see it every season. Look at as it stands now. Gabriel and Saliba injured. Ben White injured. Havertz is not yet back. Um who again safe? Most of the important players you can actually call, these people are core players in the team. They are injured. These players now I called were the players that kept, was it nine, abi 10, abi how many clean sheets in a row? Oh?
They
They
won't
made
kill
it
us.
happen. Sure, you dey understand? These players, they got about 10, abi how many clean sheets in a row. Now look at the mess. Now Arsenal is considered against Wolves, which is something that you would not even consider possible at all. Oh. Sure, you understand? So I just feel like he should find a way. One thing helping Arsenal now is that okay, they have, I think, a better squad depth compared to last season. But even the squad depth now, the thing they don't, they exhaust them. So I don't know if he should adopt a pattern that will help the players as well. I don't know. I don't know how he's going to do it. The injuries has to stop. Injuries are what affected us as well some seasons ago. The reason why we were able to win the league last season was because we did not really have what we call injury crisis. Yes, there were some injuries, but then maybe when this person is injured, let's say Trent, for instance, now Bradley will be available. When Trent is back, maybe Bradley will not be injured. So something like that. And our key players, none of them suffered any injuries. Salah, Van Dijk, the midfield. I think we did not really suffer any major injuries in the midfield. So I don't know if it's a pattern that he has to adapt to adopt so that this injury crisis will stop. He has to find a way to do it, and then try as much as you can to win your games. And if possible, you should not overthink things. Win the game you see right in front of you. Just focus on this game. If this is the game I'm having now, focus on this game. That's one thing I love about Pep so much. You hardly see Pep be playing EFA Cup, and then he always wants to win every game he's playing. He will not say, because na EFL Cup, make I go. That's one thing I am always pissed off about Liverpool. When it comes to all these cup matches, we just do one kind, say no. We have young players. That's where they will learn. Pep no dey see that one. Oh. Yes, he can start some youngster, but you will always see his bench. You always see his bench stacked with players that can actually turn games around. So let's Arteta focus on the games he has, especially those games that attempt to be easy games. We have seen it now statistically that Arsenal are good against top teams. They can play top teams very, very well, and that is very, very good. That is one advantage now. So now the other thing he has to do now is these smaller teams that will now tell us, oh, this game supposed easy for Arsenal, now easy win, or oh, this one no reach na Arsenal suppose win. Those are the games now that he has to find a way to win them by any means necessary. Just find a way to win. If you can keep winning your game, like what Ray said, and I agree with him. I don't think City is fully back yes, they are now showing some signs that, oh, okay, they might be back. But looking at the Premier League, there are still teams that will still play this City and they will still get a point, or they will still get even 3 points from this from against City. I believe that fully well. So Arsenal should just, or Arteta should just find a way to win all of those easy games. The big games, I know he has what it takes to get. If it's not a win, he has what it takes to get a point from them. So I believe that's what he needs to do.
All right, all right. Before I move on, before I talk about my team, does anyone have anything to talk about the race or talk about Arsenal before I go on? Brilliant. Talk about Arsenal.
You want me to say something about Arsenal?
What's Arsenal? Because when I want to ask like this,
So
I don't want.
why really have the question like that?
Understand?
No, no, no. Question I ask you.
No,
Are you
no.
sure?
If I want to, if me Sepe, if I want to ask any question, the question which I want to ask is, why are Arsenal getting these injuries? What is actually happening?
That was
Like
how as well.
that, as I don't understand. Like somebody should
Oh,
explain why are these injuries
Saliba.
happening?
Saliba is back though.
Okay, he's back now.
Yeah, he played the
Uh,
last
uh,
game.
Okay,
Calafiori,
um,
Calafiori was suspended. That's why he didn't play.
okay.
Uh,
Yes. I
As
see.
I
Okay.
think
Saliba
that
come back, now Ben White injured.
And
Ben
like,
White. It be like
what's
come like one in, one out.
what's really happening? Is it? I do not really understand. Is it
Now
that
go swear for
is
them.
it too much passion?
Even the likes
all
of
right.
Rice looks
Uh,
like tired.
um, for me, the injury crisis has become an issue. Starting from the very first game of the season, Ugarte go knock Kai Havertz. No wonder we started the
Eh? Eh?
Come on.
because they was go knock out for them. Get them out, just go knock out, give an Achilles injury, and so Kai Havertz come out to the end of the year. Then we have then we have the like of Gabriel going on international window. They try pursue who will pursue that's not aside they try pursue against Senegal. Anointing na Emery to get the injury. They try pursue Saf against Senegal when he was in Brazil call up. As he was running then he pull up his hamstring. Saliba just 2 minutes into Liverpool game, he twists his ankle, and according to what they were saying it's just recurring pain to that ankle, so they didn't want to strain it. That's why when he picked up a knock again, he just had to just let him be. So
You
now he's
just you
actually
just
back.
dey give us detailed injury like
Uh,
waiting they wait
the,
why they call the injury like that?
Ben White, Ben
Why
White, though.
Arsenal? Why Arsenal?
For me,
Of all
for
teams.
me, for Ben White was down to the coach because I see no reason why you play Ben White that is just coming back from a very long period of time, back 90 minutes. There was no reason why you should play Ben White against
But
Wolves
was
because
there were there options? Like was there other options that he could have
there
started instead?
Luis Kelly,
was
yeah.
option. He
Mascara.
took
I
Louis
thought
Kelly.
Mascara
took
was
team.
injured.
Which
Masquerade.
Lewis Kelly? Lewis
uh,
Kelly where
Okay,
be like
Luis Ken.
Curtis. Lewis
Yeah,
Kelly
And
he's
the
the
where
one
guy
go
that
is
just
he's the
enter
one he's the
inside
one that
game, they play
he's the
what
one
he want to.
he's the one that replaced White eventually, So he could have started
Because you
the
not get
series.
any other
Yes.
option now.
Other
When
option.
you put Ben White and put Lewis Kelly, who you go pick? Talk true.
no.
Understand Victor now. He said
My
he
point is that
said White
he
played
took
two
he
ninety
took
minutes for 1
Timber
week.
to center
Could have
back. He
rested him.
took Timber to center back. He took Timber to CB when you could have played if you want to play Timber. Not because
But
you're resting Timber.
but we all know who Ateta is. Ateta prefers everything to go according to plan than to change his lineup because he wants to. He prefers his starting lineup every time. He will only change
That's
it because of injuries.
that's why I'm saying the team is on him. The injury for
But
Ben
when
White.
we dey talk and since when we dey talk and since you say na wetin dey work for now, go do now.
Actually, I say you can say they try blame Arteta. Not because I didn't do it. They try blame Arteta this Ben White injury on injury. But the other injury, I don't understand because you see other guys. it was not at that point because back was it was pushed and it landed on his shoulder. You can't say that is the cause of that. You see, like of Trossard, it was ankle injury, but Trossard is back. Now, what I'm just trying to say is that we have been lucky with injury. I can't actually blame Tuesday because when you see pathetic injury, you be like, now this match is get injury. For example, Saliba he get injury for the match. Gabriel he match is take injury. So number one is the workload. Make the workload too much. Try reducing the workload on the team because
Yes, yes.
according to report, he gave them break, 2 days break. I think they do training today
Okay.
after the road game because they are playing midweek due to Palace request. Palace is playing conference league. So they can't play Tuesday, play on Thursday for conference league. They're not playing
Hmm.
cup. Our next game is going to be Everton. So and Everton is by 9 p.m. So there was yeah, he gave them 2 days. Hopefully coming this particular period, they are looking a bit tired. You see, Bright was after betting against Club Brugge, it was still not 100% right to see, even though it was still the only one trying to make us win the game against Wolf. Now to the performance in general recently has been very very poor and appealing. We tried against Chelsea when Chelsea was 10 men down, and I felt like we could have gone for the key, even though Chelsea at a point in the beginning of the match were the aggressive type and were coming for us. But after the red card, I feel we should have controlled the game and more control and more as that towards that particular game and win the match. That one was gone by because Chelsea away is really a winnable fixture though. So I just allowed that one go by. Then against how do you play? Against Brentford. Brentford was we rotated out the whole squad. We won 2-0. Madueke was nice. Then we had Aston Villa. Now against Aston Villa, that game could have gone anywhere, but in the last 10 minutes, Aston Villa just picked it up a notch, and their goal was deserved. That was the 90th minute goal winner against Arsenal. That was beyond there. It was deserved. Now moving on to Wolf, everybody felt like this particular Wolf. For me, I felt we should have rotated the team. I was really, really surprised when I saw the starting lineup. I saw Saka, I saw everybody, I saw Martinelli, I saw Gyökeres. Now, I don't want to have a conversation about Gyökeres. That would be a very, very passionate discussion. So, a very passionate discussion. But down to the starting lineup, ask them like that. I'll be telling I say, I don't think say we will start Saka or start all these guys. So
Yeah, yeah,
when I did,
yeah. I mean the tell Victor na I say Saka come start last.
But Victor, I have one
so I mean,
question.
they still ask your question. Ask your question.
Why did Ateta play Martinelli and Gyökeres against Wolves? They do block, and then but against
My
Villa,
guy,
Villa do play a bit
my
higher. Villa play mid block, and then he played. I think is Merino and Trossard. I feel like they could have swapped now. Gyökeres could have. I
okay,
don't know, sir. Like you
my
understand what
guy,
I'm saying?
my guy. I'm sorry what I'm saying. See, the the issue we have with Arsenal is what will I say? It's like having having too many options and none of them is actually standing out. Like you are just love like you just get many things. You just get confused because
No, but it's
I don't
true.
know.
It's true actually. It's why I was saying that you guys could have signed another winger in the summer.
Yeah, and none of them actually outstanding. Like you can also voice that okay, this one is the outstanding pick. You just have so many options, but they are not none of them is outstanding. So going to this particular game, you see Martinelli scoring the banger against Club Brugge, and Trossard is not actually very fit yet because he picked up a knock. See against Aston Villa when he came in, it was an outstanding shine. He actually scored the goal against Aston Villa, but he picked up a knock again. They have to change him against Aston Villa. So I felt like he wasn't 100%. That's why I benched him. But the issue
Yeah,
is Gyökeres. The issue was Gyökeres. Gyökeres. Ah, God.
Gyökeres is not good.
Gyökeres.
That's what I said. Yeah,
Gyökeres.
that guy is not. My problem with him is that there's nothing he stands out. There's nothing he stands out with. Like running, speed not too deep, physicality is not too strong. Channel running, they try sharp, but
these defenders in the Premier League, they are strong as you are. They go body come for ground. So there's no standout trait that he has. And for someone that is 27, coming at prime age, is worrying.
My guy, if you take Arsenal fan this thing, some Arsenal fan this thing, I go tell you say no they get service, no they get feeding, no they get feeding. But my own issue is that there are some certain players. I know the profile we have in attack are different. You see like of Gilbert Jesus, you see like of Caravan. They offer different profile when it comes to Gyökeres. So another fan will tell you that if you're using a similar pattern, I know we need the league. Why not try another pattern? They forget that sometimes the system actually comes in play when you sign certain players. Now, Gyökeres in Arsenal is an instant failure. I saw he goals again in Portugal. I was like, okay, this guy is good. Or he was scoring good. When I started to watch some matches there, it's either him powering through defenders or either him running through channels and or even there was a goal he scored. I think it was the one that won them the league. The way he even caught the ball, he even shoot the ball safe. The keeper should have catch that ball, but I was like, the standard of players in Portugal, some of players in England is very, very different. As I always advocate Sesko by, because I feel like, Sesko is similar to Harvard, but his ball striking ability is better than Harvard. His running, he has more speed than Harvard, and he's very, very good aerially. This match I was seeing Saka crossing the ball. I'm like, Gyökeres will never win that ball. Crossing and crossing. There was even a chance that the crowd didn't think that I was leaping higher than Gyökeres. And certain players and certain profile does not really fit our team. Now that match in January, Wolves just came and say, okay, let's just sit down in a low block, and we were just nullified. We need to have discussion about Eze. Eze was brought into this team to actually fix our creative issue, fix our like a kind of Mavic signing where you can see a boy you just see a ball and shoot from the box. Yes, we are creating chances for him to shoot on the box, but I feel like it should offer more like creativity because when I watch certain games, he tends to get lost in a game and he just pick up some moments and just score. Even though in some big matches like Man City, what's his name, the one he had against Tottenham and the one he had against Bayern, it was kind of outstanding. Though, but we don't want a player that just pick certain matches to perform. Like against Wolves, we were thinking that okay, he could have tried at least maybe more assertive into the game and try to control the game more. That's why I always advocate towards Odegaard. Some Arsenal players, so Arsenal fans are saying that we should actually graduate out of Odegaard, but I feel like Odegaard offers more in comparison to Eze. Yes, Eze is more action pack and more how will I say more final third impact type of player. But Odegaard in some certain games, even though you may see he's not actually getting the goals, he's not actually getting the assists, he tends to get the ball, like he doesn't want from the ball. Eze, he likes to hide in between the defenders and then he don't go for the ball. The ball comes to him, but Odegaard, even though he's playing rubbish in the game, but Odegaard will still go for the ball and request for the ball and try to do money things, try to want to with Saka, want to all those things and dictate the play. One day that is playing where you see the best of Arsenal. But Eze is not giving me that kind of vibe, even though I know he's still going to show it. He has shown it. He's the type of player that can actually perform magic and all that thing. And this thing is heavily dependent on Saka. Like they are saying that Haaland and City, one or two. But this thing is heavily dependent on Saka and probably Trossard because Trossard is the only person I can see that can he doesn't have speed. He doesn't have strength. But what Trossard does with the ball, guy, like there are certain passes he sees or certain position he takes. You will know that this guy is truly experienced. I think he's 31 years old now. He's truly experienced. He's far ahead of Martinelli. Yes, Martinelli has everything when it comes to speed, shoots, all those kind of things. But his IQ is as poor as I think he's poor as more than Gua self. Gua footballing IQ better person. Like there's certain moment. you would certain moment you would think Martinelli will perform well. Like there was an header that came towards him. My guy just head the ball into the net. Like the guy carried the ball go outside. Even that club Brugge match where he even score wonderful goal save. My guy they bar waiting no good. Just pick moment and he scored. That was prime Martinelli for you. I'm just trying to say that we need to improve. In general, we need to improve. We have not been showing enough sign that we are there for the title. We need to improve very, very, very much. We need to improve very, very much. Any other questions?
I don't think I have anyone for now. Or at least in regards to Arsenal, though, I believe we'll just look to coming game weeks, and then we see how it goes from there in regards to the title race and all. Even Villa said Villa is, I don't know what those guys are cooking currently. I just they use one eye they look Emery and Villa first. Make I never talk first, but they are cooking something very good.
All right. Any other take again? I'm bringing up.
Nah, I'm good.
Have we talked on La Liga?
Yeah,
Yeah, we did that before the main. We did that before the main show. Right now, I think just they play now, brilliant.
still nil nil.
Boneless now, boneless.
No worry enough
All
now.
right.
Before halftime, one of them go knock 1-0. I don't know whether it go be Cardiff or Chelsea. I know that's how it is they play since.
You don't come with this your predictions again.
Yes, now was a knock
Make I
1-0.
make
Chelsea
I
will
go
come
put
make an
answers.
2-1
Make I go
for
put
the second
answers.
half. I did it make you homeless. It was Chelsea.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I beg, please share the gospel, share the,
Are we running on?
share the like. I beg. We are on 120 subscribers on YouTube. YouTube.
120 of
Um,
you.
currently approaching 400 on TikTok, and I've not been active on Facebook. I will try. Um, I will try. We'll try to be active on Facebook. Hopefully, we'll try to be active on Facebook. Um,
Though.
please
It's not
check us
easy.
out. Check our Fall and Rise series and from iconic content to drop in our channel. Just ensure to drop like, engage, and also comment. Any idea you guys feel we should actually improve, if you guys want us to be training our face, please endeavor to make sure say it in the comments. Um, just stay tuned. More iconic content and more innovative videos to drop in previous next show. Also, please this time on Thursday, please tune into our TV show where we will discuss weekend round of games, talk about La Liga shows, and talk about Man United. When you are playing on Monday against Abi, be like so.
No, 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 no,
Monday night.
no.
Okay, finally, okay. As Justina don't retire now, so mine don't already retire too. Hopefully,
We made your Monday. We made your Monday fun now. That's our
yeah,
thing.
back to the West Ham, Everton, Bournemouth. It was so interesting, and it was premium content. Even Wolves too was premium too. Um, anyway, though, we see you guys on Thursday. Please like, comment, and peace out. Good night, guys.
You should stay well, oh.
Night to
Good night. Peace be unto
Good
you.
night, guys.
OJ, stay well, oh.
yeah, you too. Good night, everyone.
Bye bye.
Incapability.